of 2023 was around 12,182. The average cost for cars repaired in the year of 2023 was around 12,182.
What?
But in today's video, guys, what's up, guys? I'm going to be telling you guys 10 ways to help you save money on repair costs for your car or truck, whatever. These are 10 common ways, 10 things that you could do to help yourself, save some money on repair costs. Because I know for a fact, the time we're in right now, costs for a car repair could really get real pricey. So in today's video, I want to be able to share with you guys some of the 10 things that I personally do to help myself, save some money on repair costs. Because we all know how it is, especially these garages and stuff like that. They sometimes want to take advantage of you, charge you a lot of money, this and that, for repair costs on your car, truck, whatever, especially if you don't do stuff on your own, stuff like that. So with that being said, before we get into talking about that topic today, I want to say, I hope you guys, happy Sunday. I hope you guys having a great day, great weekend. It's the end of the week for me. Sunday is like Monday, pretty much start my week off fresh, in gym 5 days a week. So you guys know your boy trying to hit 10K subs on YouTube. So definitely help your boy. Subscribe to my channel, guys. Subscribing doesn't cost a thing. When you sub to my channel, definitely help me, help my channel, and also be able to tell YouTube to push out my content even more to more people. Just so I could be able to connect with people who are like-minded like me, or like you, that into cars and trucks and stuff like that. But with that being said, I'm about to share with you guys 10 things that I do to try to save myself on repair costs for my pickup truck. Even if you have a car, this and that. If you have a car, anything on 4 wheels, this is referring to you. Pretty sure a lot of people, some of these things I'm going to be naming, a lot of people, you'll be surprised, a lot of people don't do. So I'm just going to go down my list that I created of some things that I personally do and that helps me save money. So the number one thing, which is the most common thing ever, we all know this, if you do not do this to your car, truck, whatever, you're definitely going to lose everything. Your car going to be dead pretty much, because your oil, get regular oil change. Regular oil change is very, very important. At least like every, I think, 4,000 or 5,000 miles. It's very, very important, because your oil in your car play a huge role. So you don't want to be that guy who don't get an oil change, and then you end up, locking up your engine and stuff like that, and end up having to get a whole new car. So that's the number one thing, get an oil change. And this is the second one I'm going to be naming. This is something that I do on like the regular basis, every time I get, every time I go clean my truck, I always make sure I check these things, because these things are very important. Some people out there don't do it, but these things, believe it or not, I treat my car like, how I treat myself. So it's like, pretty much I know these things, these fluids and stuff is important. That's what keep it moving. Just how we need water as human. We got to drink water and stuff like that because it's good for your body. That's what keep you moving from being dehydrated. So that's how it is for cars and trucks and stuff like that. Your fluids, always check your fluid level. Make sure they have the proper level, and you got to make sure. So that would be my second thing. And my third thing, this is something I also do, and anybody with common sense, this and that. It's one of them things where it's like most people wouldn't really do it unless it becomes something that's very noticeable, which I understand because before in the past, I had multiple cars before when I was younger, so I was that kind of person where I never really used to pay attention to anything on my car until it gets to that point where I have to. So for my third, it's gonna be inspect your brakes. Always inspect your brakes and stuff like that. Like definitely make sure you don't have no sound, squeaking sound, grinding sound. If you got grinding sound, that means you gotta, obviously you gotta get new brake pads and stuff like that. So always make sure you inspect your brakes. So for my number 4 is gonna be, this is something I do when I get oil change, when I go get my oil change regular, stuff like that. You want to be able to replace your air filter on your car every oil change. That's when I personally would do mine. Every oil change, the air filter does play a huge role into your car, getting some fresh air going down. Keeping that engine breathing and stuff like that. So always make sure you replace your air filter every oil change. And for my number 5, this is something that I personally, I'm gonna keep it real. I used to do this when I was younger because I didn't really know much about cars then. But now I understand this is something that you have to pay attention to. Most people, believe it or not, there's a lot of people who does not pay attention to any kind of lights and stuff like that. Like lights on your dash that come on. But number 5 for me is going to be pay attention to any warning lights on your dash, check engine light, whatever light that's on there that comes on. Always make sure you pay attention to it and stuff like that. That's important too, because that's your car telling you, hey, look, there's something going on with this. You got to check it out and stuff like that. And number 6, this is something also I experienced from the past. It's always good when you have a car, always make sure you stick to a local shop that you go to often. Don't try to switch too much shops and stuff like that, because sometimes when a local shop, when they see that you come there often, they'll try to help you out, give you a discount. So try to stick to like one garage, because some garage, they rip you off. They try to rip you off when they see that you driving certain cars, especially too if you're a female. So stick to local shops. That's my number 6. And number 7, this is something you do when you having some kind of, obviously, if you're having some kind of issue, this and that, because nowadays, from what I know, from my experience, it depends on what you need to get done, because also where you go. Like I had an experience with I think Meineke this in the past when I had my 2006 Dodge Ram. They would charge me almost like $2,000 to replace some freaking my ball joints, and I forgot what they call too. They're also on the wheel, but that's a very important piece too, that keep your wheel from falling off. But I forgot the name of it right now. But it is what it is. But they charged me about $2,000. It's always good for you to call around before you try to make a decision to take your car to such and such shop to get it, repaired or whatsoever. So always make sure you get different quotes and stuff around to see which one is the cheapest. And number 8, this is something most people do, because obviously, because of YouTube, anything you could learn anything on YouTube. So DIY repairs, meaning doing it yourself, repair. Pretty much you go on YouTube and show you how to change a car brake. As long as you got your own tools, you can do these things. But when it comes to something that's more complex that you haven't done before, I would recommend that you do take your car to the shop, or if you got the funds to whatever breaks to be able to repair, you got to learn. In order for you to learn something, you got to make a lot of mistakes first, and then before you can be able to understand and learn it. So know, I'm pretty sure that's how being a mechanic. You ain't just wake up one day with the knowledge. You learn how to take, like, it's like you taking the tires off for a car first couple times. You might not know what you're gonna need to do. Then after you do it more than once, you understand how to do it. So DIY repairs, that's gonna be my number 8. And number 9 is something that I never used to do before, but I started learning as time going. When you selling car or selling your car or selling cars, a lot of people ask for your history of your car. So make sure you want to always keep records of your car. So number 9 is gonna be keep records on whatever work you got done to your car. Always make sure you keep records. And for my last but not least, this is something that's also important too. A lot of shop take advantages of people, try to give you low scam offers, this and that, just so they could be able to get some money from you. Is they is If you have some kind of issue with your car and you know what it is, buy your own parts and go to a shop to get the work done, because it's a lot cheaper than that. Because if you go to a shop and get the parts from there and also they charge you labor, you're gonna definitely be spending some money, like you definitely will. So that's another thing I do myself. I buy my parts, make sure it's some legit good parts for your truck. Always go OEM stuff when it comes down to certain things on your car. So always buy your parts. So that's going to be my number 10 thing, is buy your own parts. And these are some of the things that I personally do. Some of these things on the list, I'll be honest with you guys, I never used to do them before, but just the things I went through, and that made me to start doing these things. So these are my 10 ways for you to be able to save money on truck repairs that I'm sharing with you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Definitely comment down, subscribe, and definitely keep supporting my channel, man. I'm a small YouTuber trying to get out there. So sub ain't gonna cost you a thing. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.